right. Going live here. Might have to send a tweet. Give me a second. Oh,
you're good.
Get over. Okay, we're in here. Do between the stitches. All right, welcome back. Oh, that is.
Let's go.
Love it. Give it a test run real quick.
Let's go. Batter up. We're taking the afternoon off. It's a beautiful day for a home run.
All right. Can you hear that, by the way? Can you hear that music? Oh, okay.
No.
I figured you could. All right, same deal here. We'll rip it. I'll run the song, and then we'll get into it. I have the notes on here too, between the stitches.
Am I good if I need to go to the bathroom?
Yeah. Oh, you want to go
Or
real
do you
quick?
need me- Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna do that real quick.
Yeah, go ahead. I'll do the intro.
Okay, sounds good. I got my headphones in. I should probably mute you. So I don't hear piss fucking in the back.
just a steady stream.
Yeah, it is.
Welcome back to the Between the Stitches podcast, episode number 2. Baseball only podcast, part of the Phenomenal Fan Media Group, and we are excited. Major League Baseball underway in regards to spring training games. Free agents have been signing all over the place, with more still to be determined, and some trades have gone on. So we're going to cover all of them, give you our background, our insight on how we think these trades are going to impact the season, where we think certain guys may still end up, because there are some guys left. But in the meantime, thank you guys for listening to Between the Stitches, episode 2. And let's just jump right into it.
Let's go. Batter up. We're taking the afternoon off. It's a beautiful day for a home run. But even a triple's okay. We're gonna cheer and boo and raise a hullabaloo at the ball game today. At the ball game, a wonderful ball game today.
All right, Jared, we are here. Free agency has picked up quite a bit since we last talked. Our last list had Correa, Freddie Freeman, Chris Bryant, Trevor Story, Castellanos, Schwarber, Rizzo, Conforto. We actually didn't have the Suzuki guy on our last list. We didn't talk about him, but we put him back on the list. And now all those guys are signed except for Correa, Story, Castellanos, Conforto. Those guys could sign at any moment. I actually don't know why they haven't signed yet, but before we talk about the guys that have not signed, we will talk about the deals and trades that are official. First up, of course, Fredward Freeman to the Los Angeles Dodgers of LA in the Chavez Ravine Dodger Stadium, LA area. It sucks, but he's a Dodger.
It sure does. It sure does, Ryan. It absolutely fucking sucks. It's not his brand. He's a Brave. He's a Georgia guy. It's what if he's not really a Georgia guy, but he feels like a Georgia guy. You know what? He's been with the Braves his whole career. He, has been with them from the onset where they've had ups and downs to the point where they won the World Series, and he exited at the climax of his career with the Braves. He was a Braves guy. He was kind of like the foundation, the solid piece. They have obviously Acuna coming up, but he was like when you think about the Braves, you
Oh,
can't
yeah,
not
he
think about
was,
Freddie Freeman.
dude. Freddie Freeman
He was
is
their
a
guy.
brave. He's
He's
a
the
brave.
Yeah, he's the face of the franchise, and to see him right after a championship go to get fake tits and Botox
It sucks.
and play baseball, it sucks. What do you think about it? I know you love the Dodgers.
Yeah. So we talked about it on the Phenomenal Fan, but it's cool that he's getting paid. I think Major League Baseball needs to do something about this because baseball has been one of the very few sports where, yeah, there was no payroll cap necessarily, no salary cap, but I had really yet to see like a super team be assembled. It kind of felt that way when Mookie Betts got traded to the Dodgers, right? Where I was kind of like, I don't know. It just like, it sucked, but I still felt like they were sort of beatable in some aspects. Like they didn't have an all-star at every position. And granted, they just lost Corey Seager, so that's a big loss. But it's not as big of a loss, Jared, because guess who they have to just fill in super quick and easy at shortstop? Guy by the name of Trey Turner. Ever heard of him? Yeah, he's pretty good. He's only like the second best shortstop in baseball, maybe the best, depending on what you value. And he's just there to just like fill in when Corey Seager goes and signs somewhere else. Like, what the fuck is that about? Like, how's that allowed?
I don't know. I do agree.
I felt like
mean,
the super thing. Sorry, not to cut you off, but the super team thing.
No, go ahead.
The super team thing first came into my head when they traded for Max Scherzer and Trey Turner. At that point, I was like, okay, hold on. Everybody just hold on. You mean to tell me there's a baseball team that has Clayton Kershaw, Walker Buehler, who's a Cy Young candidate, Max Scherzer on the pitching staff, and on the offensive side, Max Muncy, All-Star, Chris Taylor, All-Star, Cody Bellinger, MVP. Yeah, he had a bad year last year, but still won an MVP. Mookie Betts, All-Star, MVP. Corey Seager, All-Star. Justin Turner, All-Star. AJ Pollock, All-Star. And then they add Trey Turner. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot one. Will Smith, best offensive catcher in baseball. And then they add Trey Turner. That one blew my mind because it was like the Nationals just like threw in Trey Turner as like a little side piece for the Max Scherzer deal. Like it was the most unbelievable thing that I had ever heard of in my entire life. Like it was unbelievable.
It felt like a rip-off fantasy football trade.
It felt like MLB
The Show. I'm gonna give you Patty Mahomes, and then I'm just gonna give you Tyreek Hill as well.
Okay. Well, who do we get back? Well, we have a good left tackle, and we have this backup tight end who is also a rookie, but he might have some potential. Like that's the equivalent of that trade.
That's what it feels. That's really what it feels like. That's unbelievable.
So they still have Trey Turner. They still have Justin Turner. They still have Bellinger, Mookie Betts, Max Muncy, Will Smith, Clayton Kershaw, Walker Buehler. They don't have Max Scherzer. They don't have Kenley Jansen, who's still a free agent, but probably going to re-sign. But then they add Freddie Freeman. It's like, they still have AJ Pollock. I still have, I think I said Chris Taylor already. Maybe not if I didn't. They're still fucking loaded. And if they don't win the World Series this year, I think it'll be devastating. I think it'll be good for baseball if they don't. But I think if they don't, I would be utterly shocked if they did not win the World Series this year. Shocked. Unless 2 or 3 of their main guys go down with injury. But probably just not going to happen because they're the luckiest team in baseball. So, Dodgers get Freddie Freeman. That sucks. Chris Bryant to the Colorado Rockies, Jared.
I don't get me wrong. I fucking love Chris Bryant. I absolutely love Chris Bryant. But what? But what? You just fucking paid to let the best third baseman in baseball walk. and then you sign a fucking guy that could have, like, if you could have like somehow signed them both, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, he's gonna come in and play third base. He's gonna be the best third baseman we have available, but he can also play the outfield too. But it makes no sense though, because you're fucking, yeah, you know, I gave the dealership, you know, 15 grand to take in my 2022 G-Wagon. But like, it's okay because
I just bought
gonna
another
also
one.
buy this. I'm gonna buy this 2018 BMW. You're like, what? Like, huh? You know, like,
Yeah,
it
you're
just makes no
like, well,
fucking
no,
sense.
it's
Like,
like
why
you trade the
why let
the
him walk?
yeah, you trade the G-Wagon in. You're
Why-
like, listen, the thing gets terrible gas mileage. It's just something that's not going to work for me financially. It's a great car. It looks really good, but it would serve somebody else better. And it's too much for me financially. And the dealership's like, well, that's fine, but you're going to have to pay us like $5,000 to take the car back. And they're like, well, I paid.
It's depreciated.
I'm like, yeah, but I just paid $55,000 for the car. And they're like, no, listen, it's just, we're taking it all. We got to resell it. We got to clean it. Okay, you know what? Here's your fucking $5,000. This is a horrible deal on my part, but I can't do it because I'm committing to being really financially strict within my own means for the next 5 to 7 years. And then I'll be set up for success. I'll build myself up. I'll save up some money. I'll set myself up with buying a couple assets, maybe investing in some stocks, some real estate. Then I'll have money coming in and I'll be able to afford a car like this again. They're like, you know what, man, that might not be the worst move ever. You know, it's hard to give up a car like this because it is such a beautiful car, gets you a lot of women, but you know, some people have to do it. I totally get it. And then you come into the dealership a year later and you're like, I'll take the BMW. And they're like, what?
But like, I want to pay just as much, right? I want to pay.
Wait, how much should I pay for the G-Wagon? 55. I want the BMW. They're like, well, it's on sale for 55. Nope, I will give you 70,000, nothing less. And it's like, what?
But you know, it's got like.
But it does. No, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to. Nope, $70,000. That's all. No, but you know, it's like, I don't care. Give it to me. I mean, it's literally what it is. It's unbelievable, Jared.
It's the most fucking Rockies thing ever, and
it's so bad.
I know it's the most Rocky.
So
it makes
bad.
no fucking sense from a management perspective. It makes no sense.
It's so bad.
You know what? All I can say is from Colorado. I told you I don't fuck with the Rockies anymore. I'm a White Sox guy. And I've never fucking bailed on a home team, and I fucking bailed on them. You know why? Because they do dumb shit like this. And when people ask me about it, they're like, hey, what do you think about Chris Bryant, huh? I go, I love him. He's a great player. And it's better than not having Chris Bryant.
Yeah.
I would rather have Chris Bryant than not have Chris Bryant.
Than Josh Fuentes. Yeah.
I would rather have fucking Nolan Arenado.
Yeah.
Than Chris Bryant. Like I love Nolan. So that makes me think that Nolan must have just fucking hated it. He must have just been like, he must have been like, dude, I want to win. Fuck this place.
Yeah, I think
this is a joke.
I texted my buddies that they're Colorado area guys, but they're not Rockies fans. And I'm a Colorado area guy living here now, but I'm from San Diego. My buddies are from different parts of the country. And I texted him when like the Fernando Tatis Jr. broken hand news went out. And then like I texted him, I was like, the Padres are always fucking cursed, blah, 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 right? I like to bitch about it. Then Freddie Freeman signs to the Dodgers. I'm like, look at this. Padres are cursed again. Padres, poor me. But then I texted him after having a little bit of thought. And I was like, hey, guys, you know, I always complain about the Padres and we've been really bad for a long time, but we're on the way up and we have good players and blah, blah, blah. And it sucks to be a Padres fan like at this exact moment because Fernando Tatis is hurt and we haven't added a ton of guys. But I said to them, at least I'm not a Rockies fan. My fucking God, how embarrassing would it be to root for that team? I mean, what a dumpster fucking fire. Dumpster fire. It's so bad. It's so bad.
An unbelievably bad organization. Just overall.
Just so bad.
And we just had Lucas Gilbreth on here.
No,
and he's a Colorado guy. whatever. We love. It's like we. It's not the fucking players that we don't like.
Of course.
And really, look, you know what?
It has nothing to
I
do
don't
with the
want to say something
players.
I'm sure the guys are great. It's just fucking. I'm sorry, but like the fact that we ship off Nolan and we just his cousin starts starting at third base, it's like that is the most fucking jank ass shit
Yeah.
I've ever seen.
Yeah.
We just replace a platinum glove Hall of Fame third baseman
With a guy that's just related to him.
Will go to Hall of Fame.
Correct.
So yeah, just with like, hey, dude, this is my little brother. He fucking he was, dude, he had BP with me when I was a kid and shit. And they're like, fucking throw him in there.
Yeah.
Throw him in this.
Yeah. No, it's bad. And that's, like you said, it has
Oh,
nothing to
man.
do with Lucas Gilbreth or anybody on the Rockies. We like the guys on the
No,
Rockies.
Not at all.
We like every player. Like, we like everybody unless they like actually do something to make us not like them as a player. But it's not many guys, if any guys, to be honest with you, that we don't like, right? I mean, like,
Yeah.
I don't love like Madison Bumgarner as a pitcher because of his on the field, like the way he goes about his business. But I don't like hate the guy even then. But like, we don't hate anybody in the Rockies. We love Chris Bryant. He's a fucking great player. He's a great player. He's a great guy.
Oh, amazing player.
Great person, I'm sure. I mean, I've never met the guy personally, but from what I've heard, he's an exceptional person. And so good for him, again, for getting his bag. And he's going to live out a great life, probably up here in Denver area, and go up to Vail every offseason and fucking go skiing and have a nice house up there too somewhere. I mean, like, good for him. But just from a Rockies, like, franchise standpoint, man, it just makes no sense. And on the topic of making not much sense, Jared, Japanese outfielder Seiya Suzuki, who is sought after pretty heavily by a handful of teams, played the field a little bit, looked after his options, was reported that he was like really close to signing with the Padres at some point. Same agent as Yu Darvish. Spent a whole day in San Diego. There was videos of him taking BP on the field at Petco Park. And then there's like premature reports coming out of Japan that he just agreed on a deal with the Padres. He came out and said, that's not true. I haven't agreed to a deal with anybody. And then the next day, he visits with the Chicago Cubs and the ownership group. And he's like, yep, I'm signing with the Cubs. So Seiya Suzuki goes to the Cubs. And like I said, on the topic of not making a ton of sense, I feel like if you're a Japanese guy and you want to go somewhere and make some money and make an impact, like, the Cubs are a great organization, but I don't think anybody's pegging the Cubs to be making a huge dent in the playoffs at any point this season. So that one kind of confused me a little bit, but maybe it's good for him because some guys come over and struggle initially for the first year or two that they're in the league. Maybe he can get away with that on a team like the Cubs that aren't expected to be great this year. I don't know. That one didn't really add up to me. But hey, it is what it is. Seiya Suzuki to the Cubs. I think it was like a 5-year, $85 or $90 million, kind of a big deal. But yeah, Seiya Suzuki to the Cubs. Next up on the list, Kyle Schwarber to the Phillies. This one, Jared,
like
caught me.
that one.
Yeah, it caught me off guard a little bit.
Dude, I'm such a Schwarber guy though.
I love Schwarber.
I've always loved Kyle Schwarber.
Dude, I love the
He's just,
Schwarber.
he's a hard guy not to like.
I love
He
the
just fucking hits Mammo Jacks. I remember him all the way back. Where did he go to? Indiana? Is that where
yeah,
he went to school?
Indiana, yeah.
I remember him all the way in college, and I'm like, he came up and he was just a cool. I don't know. He's a hard guy to hate. He's got that big lefty swing. He's up there just to do damage, and I think that puts the Phillies in kind of a different category, assuming that their fucking pitching can pick it up slightly. Like, especially if we talk, they've got kind of a fucking dog shit bullpen.
Bad bullpen, yeah.
But if they could, but they have a decent rotation. Like, the guys, like, if they perform, if to their capabilities, they have a decent rotation. But they have that lineup is pretty sick. I mean,
Dude,
you got some good guys in the lineup.
I love Kyle Schwarber. Like, I literally love him. I don't know if it's like his swing or his stance or like how cool he like looks in the box. I also think, Jared, there's just something about a guy when they swing. There's two guys that come to mind when I think of this specific baseball ism thing that I just notice for some reason. But Schwarber and Gleyber Torres, those two guys, they use bats, Jared, that have a black handle to middle barrel, and then the barrel is like a tan color.
Oh yeah, little two-tone.
So it's a black bottom with a tan barrel, and both of those guys use that kind of bat. And it's like when those guys take a nice hack and catch a ball on the barrel in the middle of the zone, it looks like they're swinging so much harder than they like. It looks like the bat is just a blur coming through the zone. And then Kyle Schwarber, especially like all his like pull side home runs, when he just yanks a ball 480 feet to right field. I just something so satisfying with Kyle Schwarber as like a hitter. Because even when I've watched him in the playoffs this year with the Red Sox, and like I'm hoping he does well, or if, even when he was on the Nationals or whatever, like the Cubs, anything. I like when he like didn't perform, or like on the Cubs when he struggled, I just didn't feel like ever I was just like, oh fuck this guy, or like, oh, this guy's washed. Like I just feel like at any point Kyle Schwarber could absolutely just lean back on a ball and hit it like onto the fucking rooftops across the street at Wrigley Field. You know? And it's like I love
Yeah.
that. And he's small too. He's
Yeah,
like he's not like built like Miguel Sano. Like I don't want to say small, but he's probably what, 5'10", like 5'11" in spikes.
Yeah.
But he's fucking
Just a
just
big-
fucking top heavy with quick hands and just rinses balls, dude. And he gets on base a lot too. It's not like he's just
Yeah.
this power guy. He walks a lot. He could run. He could play a couple positions if you want. Dude, he could play fucking catcher if you wanted him to. He was a catcher at Indiana,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. No,
So
he's
I love Schwarber. Love him.
Schwarber is just, hey, if you're out there, Schwarbs, come to the podcast. We love
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Keep hitting fucking mammoth dinghies. I think you're gonna be a really cool player in Philly because
Gonna be
especially
awesome.
Philly home runs to
Oh,
they go
right
out to
field.
right. Dude, it isn't like they go into like the third deck and it like something about decks.
Yeah, it's
Like
great.
being
Decks
able
are
to
great.
accomplish like an upper deck home
Well,
run.
it's
Like,
different too because
well,
some
like, it makes the home run distance perceived. Kyle Schwarber just hit, or Bryce Harper. Bryce Harper just hit that ball fucking 974 feet.
yeah, like in Minnesota is an example of that where there's like a bunch of decks, but you can see even on TV that Minnesota's second deck like is directly over the first deck. Like there's no, but Philadelphia there's like 15 or 20 rows of that first level and then it goes to the second deck. So it is actually a bit of a poke to get it up there, but it's still not that far. Like it's 415, 430 feet to get it. That's a bomb. Don't get me wrong, but it's like you could hit a ball, like you said, to the second deck, and the projected distance is like 435. But you're like, no, that was 497 feet. Like that ball was fucking crushed, you know. And it's like it really wasn't. But I love the decks. I totally agree with you. Schwarber to the Phillies, love it. I'll fucking message him on social media. He probably won't get back to me, but if he does, let's get him on the pod because he's a fucking legend. Rizzo back to the Yankees, Jared. I mean, nothing against it, right? Good move for them. I mean, left-handed bopper in a little league park, you know.
Weird? You know it's weird. I don't hate the Yankees as much as I hate the Dodgers.
Oh,
And
100%.
I'm not sure why. It's
100%.
probably because the Yankees feel classier about doing it.
100%.
I don't know
I
why.
also think it's because the Yankees
just
don't
a-
have anybody like that looks or acts like Cody Bellinger on their team. I think Cody Bellinger is just like one of the most hated, easily hateable. No, let me rephrase this. I think Cody Bellinger has, I think, the most punchable face in baseball.
Just fucking looks like he's just stoned all the time. Just
Like oh, dude. Oh, I hate him.
and when he streaks too, like that's a guy where I'm like, he's fucking done. He's just won an MVP.
When he streaks, what do you
You
mean,
know,
in a
like,
bad
not-
way
not-
or a good way?
When he gets like he kind of has like a Javi Baez type of like swing and
Downward
miss
spiral.
ability,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
capable. He takes such a big hack and he commits so hard on pitches. And trust me, I get it. The game is fucking way harder than it looks. But
Uh-huh.
when he streaks, you can see the holes in his swing, and it kind of reminds me like
In the
it's
2000,
not like Mookie. Mookie
Oh,
Betts said he
no.
won an MVP too. You can't. Mookie's not going to streak.
yeah.
Mookie is such a pure hitter, you know.
No, when
But-
Bellinger fell down that spiral in the World Series, I think it was his rookie year, that 2017 season, when there was the Dodgers and Astros in the World Series. You know what his stats were in that World Series, right? 2017
Really awful.
Cody Bellinger World Series stats. Dude, bad. Let's see here. Cody Bellinger World Series stats, Jared. And these are actually, let's just look at his whole career. Cody Bellinger is a postseason fraud, Jared. Fraud. He's played in 3 World Series, okay? 2017, 2018, 2020. 2017, they went 7 games. 2018, they went 5 games. 2020, they went 6 games. He has 66 at-bats in the World Series already, which is cool good for him, right? He's a young guy. Already has 66 ABs in the World Series. He is hitting 121 in the World Series. 121. With a 159 on base. You want to hear his 2017? This is what we were talking about with his downward spiral, Jared. 2017, 7 games in the World Series. He had 28 at-bats, 4 hits, 143 batting average, and in 7 games, Jared, he struck out 17 times in 7 games. And I remember watching these games and watching the Astros pitchers, Jared. What do they all have in common? Brad Peacock, Justin Verlander, Lance McCullers, and I think there was one other guy. All they did, Jared, was just spin breaking balls. Just spin breaking balls down and in, and he just roll his wrists over and just miss every single one. Every single one. And so that's why I hate Bellinger, because I think Bellinger is just a really, really good fastball hitter with a big, long swing. And when he sits fastball, dude, and he gets his fastball, he fucking crushes it. But if you throw him anything else, and it's not a middle fastball or middle in fastball or middle away, he's not that great. And you saw it last season because he was fucking bad last year. Bad. But anyways, to your point about we fucking tangented off the Yankees.
We
go from the Yankees to destroying. We're talking about Rizzo and the Yankees.
Talk about Anthony Rizzo signing to just shitting on Cody Bellinger. Just he's not even on the notes.
I love it.
He's not even on the notes. We just we want to punch him in the fucking face.
No, but we hate the Dodgers. But your point was the Yankees are not as hateable as the Dodgers, and I agree with you. I like the Yankees. I actually do. Like, I hope the Yankees. Dude, how fun would that be to see the Yankees in the World Series again? Like, that'd be fucking electric, you know?
Yeah, they're a cool team.
And I love Stanton. I love Judge. I want to see both of those guys just rinsing balls into the seats all day. I mean, like, that's fun to watch. But Rizzo to the Yankees, and that leads to, Jared, our first trade on the list. Luke Voit traded to the Padres for a low A prospect. Kind of an interesting trade. Obviously, I'm a Padres guy, but it was just a low A. Justin Lang. That was that was it.
Is it because he hadn't signed any type of contract yet and they just didn't want to pay him? What was the deal with that?
Why they traded him?
Luke Voigt's a pretty good hitter.
No, he's good, but
he let the league
in 2020 he was
in the COVID.
Yeah, I mean that whole year doesn't count. Yeah, the whole year doesn't count. But they trade him because they signed Rizzo. I mean, and there's nowhere to put him. There was a log jam at first base and DH because it was like Stanton's going to DH probably half the season, and then when Stanton's not DHing, Voit could DH, but like Voit can't play first at all because Rizzo's there. And Rizzo's going to be in the lineup 155 games, you know? Like, I also think Voit may have expressed like, hey, I want to play every day. I want to play every day.
Yeah.
And he deserves to play every day. And I think the Padres is a good
trade me for a.
And I think the Padres is a great destination for him because they have Hosmer at first base, who, as we all know, is maybe the worst fucking player ever. Not the worst person, but contract-wise, it's bad, and they want to get production out of that spot. So when there's a lefty on the mound, Jared, throw Luke Voit at first base and have him in the lineup and take Hosmer out of the fucking lineup. And then when there's a righty, keep Luke Voit, put Hosmer at first, and then DH Luke Voit, you know?
Yeah.
I like it. I like the trade for the Padres. I don't think that's the end all be all. I don't think that's going to just like put them over the top and they're going to beat the Dodgers, but that may bump them from 5 games over 500 to 7 or 8 or 9 games over 500 with the addition of a big bat. Still not going to beat the Dodgers, but I think it's a cool trade. I'm excited to see Luke Voit, somewhere else too.
Luke Voit, you know, he would have been sick. I know we just signed the Crone Bone, but he would have been a good Rocky. He really would have been.
Yeah.
Those breaking balls that don't move too much here,
and he just
fucking
Gilbreth.
he he would have been a better CJ Crone. And I knew Crone was going to hit jacks when he got here. Crone was our best offensive player by far last year.
Yeah, he was fucking good.
I don't want to say our. He was their best offensive
The
player.
Rockies' best player. Yeah.
Not my team. But yeah, no. I thought that's kind of it's kind of interesting, just like how you can lead. Like that's what I was talking about in like relevance, the recency bias. It's like Luke Voit was hurt last year a little bit, but like obviously the 2020 season, the year before that, he led the league in home runs. And you let him go for like you literally led the major leagues in home runs, and you let him go for a PB&J Uncrustable.
Or for a bag of shrimp.
Don't get me started. The shrimp's pretty good.
No, shrimp is good,
Actually,
but it's not.
I could smack an Uncrustable.
Yeah, Uncrustable is pretty good. Speaking of valuable players that got yeah. Speaking of shrimp, Matt Chapman traded to the Blue Jays. Jared, are the Blue Jays the best team in the American League?
I think they are. I really do. I think the Blue Jays might be the best team in the American League. I think with that rotation that we talked about when we went through, and then obviously they lost
Simeon
40 home runs at Simeon, but it's like
I don't care.
You lost 40 home runs and then you
just get the best defensive player in the game.
Yeah, which I don't know. Simeon was playing short though.
Simeon was playing second base.
He was playing second
or DH. Yeah, second or DH.
Was it?
Bichette plays short. Bo Bichette plays short.
So what's the relationship with Oakland and Toronto then? Because Simeon came from Oakland before.
He did, but I don't know. They just do deals together. I don't think there's like a.
They just fucking put it like so Oakland is just the minor league team.
Yes.
For the Blue Jays.
The Oakland A's are the AAA team for the Toronto Blue Jays. Yes.
Dude, well think about Did Josh Donaldson go from there to?
Yes.
Dude, look at that. Look at that. We're talking about three, like, big name players, like literally just forfeited to a single team. They made the deal for Chapman, and it's got to be just a GM relationship.
Has to be.
They got
Josh
drunk at some MLB dinner, and they're crossing streams in the fucking toilet, and they're like, "Hey man, you want to just give us your players?" Like they're like, "Yeah, well, we're not gonna fucking pay anyone. We might as well ship them off to you."
Yeah. No, seriously. The Oakland A's are AAA team. The Oakland A's are a AAA. They're a AAA affiliate for the Toronto Blue Jays, which is weird because they're so far apart. Normally the AAA affiliates pretty close geographically, but that's MLB just announced it. New AAA affiliate for the Toronto Blue Jays is the Oakland A's because they called up Josh Donaldson, right? And he was really good for the Blue Jays.
Yeah.
He was good in AAA with Oakland too. Marcus Simeon was really good in AAA, and then they called him up to Toronto, and he hit 40 home runs.
Yep.
And then Matt Chapman's had really good success in AAA in Oakland, and now he's finally up to the big leagues in Toronto. And we'll see if he can transfer that defense over. But no, actually,
I'm glad to see the guy get called up.
Yeah, me too.
You're playing in a fucking. What are they? They're still playing a football.
Yeah,
the Coliseum. Is it still a football stadium?
Well, it's football, but it's only baseball now because the fucking Raiders moved away, so they don't even use it.
Oh, yeah, they're like, oh yeah, dude, we're not using this fucking dumpster.
Oakland's like, we're gonna keep playing here. We don't have anywhere else to fucking play.
Yeah, we spent all our money on our big league field in Toronto.
Yeah. Well, it's a AAA field though, Jared. What do you expect, right? I mean, most AAA fields aren't great.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah, but no, seriously. In all fucking seriousness, the Blue Jays are unbelievable. Like they're an unbelievable baseball team.
It's such a good team.
Let me see. Blue Jays lineup 2022. Let's see if there's something good that comes up here.
An updated one.
Yeah, here's the projected Blue Jays lineup, Jared. You ready? Leading off, George Springer. Batting second, Bo Bichette. Batting third, Vlad Jr. Batting fourth, Teoscar Hernandez. Batting fifth, Lourdes Gurriel. Matt Chapman 6, Randall Grichuk 7, Kevin Biggio 8, and then Danny Jansen catching, but I don't give a fuck. And then their rotation goes Barrios, Gosman, Ryu, Alek Manoah, Yusei Kikuchi. Get the fuck out of here.
God. Dude. That's the best team. That is the best team in the American League.
Get the fuck out. It's not even close. It's not even close, Jared.
Dude, it's that dude. And here's the thing. Here's the only way that you fucking disagree is that you don't know these names. You don't know Alec Manoa, or you don't know Gurriel or Teoscar Hernandez.
Yep.
And like how the type of numbers those guys are putting up. Like, I think Blue Jays lineup. I want to look at this. Like, I know we've talked about this before.
What are you looking at? The home runs or what?
Oh, sure. Just some of these Teoscar. I couldn't even fucking spell Blue T Oscar Hernandez. Okay. No, it's like so. Like I'm saying, the only way that
Springer
you don't
had 35 home runs. Bo Bichette last year 27. Vlad Jr. 42. Teoscar 34. Lourdes Gurriel 22. Matt Chapman hit 30 home runs last year. Jared, he hit 30 home runs. He hit 226. He had a down on base offensive year, but he hit 30 home runs. And by the way, he is the best defensive player in the sport of baseball. Randall Grichuk had 22.
Yeah.
Kevin Biggio had 15 home runs last year. Danny Jansen had 15 home runs last year. The Blue Jays don't have a single guy with an ERA over 4, except for Yusei Kikuchi, who is going to be their 5 starter.
If he's their 5th, that's an unbelievable 5th. Yeah. Okay. So like, yeah. So a guy like Teoscar Hernandez, I still like just like 296, 32 home runs, 116 RBIs. But no, I bet you like fucking like if you're just a novice baseball fan, you have no clue what the fuck
Also,
that is.
I apologize.
It's not Vlad Jr.
I want to go back and apologize. The numbers that I just read off to all you guys were projected stats, apparently.
Oh.
I think.
Oh.
I could have been wrong on that. I could be wrong on that.
What'd you say Teoscar had?
34 home runs, 100 RBIs.
Oh yeah, those are projected. Oh well, he had 32, so it's not far off. But
What did Vlad have last year? 48 home runs.
I don't know. I don't have the roster up.
Let's see. 2021, he had 48. So it's projected. This one was projected. He had 48. This lineup shows 42 for Vlad. So
yeah, that team's gonna be a problem. Didn't they? What about their
and same with the ERAs too. I'm an idiot, but
what about their, let's see, depth chart. Here we go. What about their bullpen?
Bullpen might be their weakest part, and it's just not that bad.
Yeah,
either. It's just like not that bad. Though.
Yeah, Yimi Garcia. Let's see. I don't really know a ton of these guys on here. Adam Simber, I recognize.
Nate Pearson, Jordan,
Nate Pearson. Dude, Nate Pearson. If they can get Nate Pearson dialed in, he'd be a great closer.
Jordan Romano was like their closer last year, and he was really good. He ended up closing. Did he throws like 100 miles an hour?
Romano does. Yeah, as I say, so if they can.
In 2021 last year, Jared, he went 7-1. He had 62 appearances, 63 innings, and he had a 3.1 ERA. No, he didn't. He had a. What the fuck is his ERA? He had a 2.1 ERA last year in 63 innings. 2.1. Dude, Jordan Romano is like good. He's really good.
That's the real deal. That's like
he's
like Kimbrel numbers.
6'5", 225, 28 years old, from Canada too. That's probably why he's all fired up. He's from fucking Canada. He's on the Blue Jays. He's
just
fired
fucking,
up. He's like,
just
home team.
Maple syrup and waffles before he pitches.
Maple syrup and fucking ham. Just dipping the ham in maple syrup and just firing fucking white pellets at 101.
Dude, yeah, that's okay. Anyway, that's a ridiculous team.
The haul was pretty big, though. I think it was pretty big. Maybe I'm mistaken.
For Chapman.
Yeah, or maybe I'm thinking of Matt Olson. Matt Olson had a big trade. Or had a big haul. A big haul, I should say. Oh no, this was not a good trade for Oakland. But as we know, Oakland's ability to just turn random fucking dudes into big leaguers and make them good is common.
So they could distribute them throughout the league.
Yeah. They got Gunnar Hoglund, Kevin Smith, Zach Logue, and Kirby Snead. Gunnar Hoglund has not played professional baseball yet because he got drafted and had Tommy John. Kevin Smith played a bit of Major League last year, but he's been a AAA guy. Zach Logue up to AAA last year, and Kirby Snead, AAA in the big leagues, cup of coffee. So Interesting. But couple last moves here, Jared. Well, I guess, main move that I put down was Amir Garrett getting traded to the Royals. Reds are just fucking fire sale. It sucks. And they said, apparently the Reds were like, oh, we're not going to move Luis Castillo and Tyler Mahle. We're not moving those guys. Like, they're like, come on. Like, why would we? I think the GM was literally like, we're not completely giving up. And I was like, what do you mean you're not completely giving up? You traded Jesse Winker, Eugenio Suarez, Sonny Gray, and Amir Garrett. You are giving up.
And let Castellanos walk.
Castellanos is not coming back. So you are giving up. Might as well at this point, Jared, trade Luis Castillo and Tyler Mahle and get like some dope picks or prospects or something. Because if you're going to start from scratch, start from fucking scratch. I don't know. Didn't make a ton of sense to me. Moving forward, go ahead.
No, I'd say it's going to be a fucking trash can of a team.
Oh, horrible team. Horrible team. Moving forward, Jared, 4 big names left to sign. You mentioned Castellanos. That's one of them. Trevor Story, still a free agent. Carlos Correa, still a fucking free agent. Michael Conforto. I think Correa still goes back to the Astros. I think he does.
Story's going to go to the Twins, like we've heard.
Dude, I don't know.
What are the other rumors? I have a feeling he's going.
Trevor Story, the rumors were from John Heyman, who, is just a super reliable fucking source. Trevor Story is picking between, he has 4 teams picking from, essentially. 4 teams.
Could you imagine being in that position?
Oh, dude. 4 teams. The Giants, the Red Sox, and then there's 2 teams that are quote-unquote mystery teams in this Trevor Story sweepstakes. I don't know, what that means or what that looks like, but I could see him going to the Giants. I could also see him going to the Red Sox. I don't want him to go to the Giants as a Padres fan, but I could very easily see that because the Giants have made 0 offensive improvements this offseason. 0. So I could see it happening. I think Correa goes back to the Dodgers. I mean, not the Dodgers. Correa goes to the Astros. And then Castellanos, apparently, the Phillies were really interested in him too. Dude, if the Phillies get Nick Castellanos, Phillies might be really fucking good. That would be dope. But I don't think they're going to.
Really good team.
Yeah, I just don't think they're gonna.
Wait, hold on. Where did you say?
Castellanos? What?
No, where'd you say Trevor Story's going? His 4 teams.
Giants, Red Sox.
Red Sox.
Giants, Red Sox, and 2 mystery. That's what I heard. That's what I heard. Yeah.
Well, that'd be interesting to see. It's kind of sad to watch him walk. Don't worry though. We got Chris Bryant now.
Yeah, it says Carlos Correa.
Hey, we love Chris Bryant.
Carlos Correa, this is an article from MLB Trade Rumors. He remains in the free agent market. Possible suitors: Yankees, Phillies, Tigers, and Rangers have all seemingly decided to not make a run at Correa. Yankees, Phillies, Tigers, Rangers. So with less than 3 weeks away, resolution for Correa front seems to arrive sooner rather than later. I bet Correa goes back on a 1-year deal. That'd be my guess, but I don't know. I don't make the rules.
Before he gets the hammer contract. Yeah, it's kind of weird. We got 2 big time shortstops.
And then Castellanos, and then lastly Michael Conforto. I could see Conforto going. I don't know, man. It's just weird.
I read that. I was reading that he was looking at some I think it was Padres, Rockies. Who else was it? I was just reading some of this about this, but it was Padres, Rockies. Let's see if I can find this article. Oh, here you go. Yankees potentially, and Diamondbacks was the last one. So that's kind of weird. He might come over to the NL West.
Huh. Yeah, I can see the Padres adding him. Yeah, I can see the Padres adding a lefty bat, an outfielder especially, because right now the Padres have Trent Grisham, Will Myers, and then Jurickson Profar in the outfield. That's bad. That's really bad. So I could see him adding Conforto.
And the The Yankees already got Rizzo. Yeah, the Yankees already got Rizzo, but
And the
like, I
Yankees
wouldn't
have
be
like
surprised.
the Yankees have, I think on their roster they have like 62 outfielders on their 25-man roster. So Conforto going there doesn't make a ton of sense, in my opinion. But that's just me.
It's true.
I mean, the other one we haven't taken into consideration that is basically another outfielder on the Yankees is Brett Gardner. But Brett Gardner's still a free agent. But you know Brett Gardner's going to sign the 1-year deal to the Yankees. That's just Brett Gardner will never play anywhere but the New York Yankees. It's just a matter of time for when Brett Gardner signs with the Yankees.
Brett Gardner looks like he's just like
Brett Gardner looks like he's
he's checked out. He looks like when I watch him swing, I'm like, oh, like he has no chance.
Brett Gardner
ever.
Gardner looks to me like he's always holding in a sneeze. Like he's in class.
His fucking head is got,
like
his
he's
veins is
like
exploding out of his head.
You know, or like when you're in class and your friend is doing something like really fucking funny, like next to you, or like and you like want to laugh so bad, but you're holding it in. That's what Brett Gardner looks like. Except maybe maybe a better comparison is like a guy that just got done squatting a PR, like just threw the squat rack, like just rattled the rack off with like a personal record of like a 580-pound squat. And like from like the chest up, it looks like he just got done setting a PR in some weightlifting because he always looks so fucking like just mad, and his veins are always popping out and his head's all swollen. Fuck, I don't know, but anyways, just shitting on Brett Gardner. No, I like him as a player though. I think he plays hard too, which I respect. But
no, he's a dirtbag. He's a dirtbag, scrappy player. I do like.
No,
I just think fucking dude. I would always bet on them. I always love betting on. I feel like they were always on TV.
Yeah,
and I actually did. I like enjoy watching the Garrett Cole start.
Yeah, no, definitely.
And I would see like I said, that fucking buzzsaw at the end of that lineup was like, it was Brett Gardner, Tyler Ward, Kyle Higashioka. And it was like if you got to 7, 8, 9, it was like 3 spots.
Miguel Andujar.
Yeah, it's like get the fuck out of here. But
all right. Well, yeah. Thanks for tuning in, guys. To episode 2 of the Between the Stitches podcast. Check us out on social media. Talking baseball only for those of you guys that are newer listeners. We appreciate you guys. Check us out on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, fucking OnlyFans. But check us out on socials. We appreciate you guys tuning in.
But really.
No, never mind. We don't have it. Don't worry about it. Thanks for listening, guys. We'll catch you guys on another episode next week. So, Jared, fuck the Dodgers, I guess.
Lay off the high cheese.
Lay off the high cheese. Unless you're Freddie Freeman, then swing at it and miss.
Yeah, then fucking swing away. Or Cody Bellinger.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that fucking asshole Cody Bellinger. Just kidding. I don't know Bellinger personally. I just think he's punchable. Yeah, imagine if we actually thought that we were serious on that stuff. Yeah. All right. Thanks for listening. Peace.
Let's go. Batter up. We're taking the afternoon off. It's a beautiful day for a home run. But even a triple's okay. We're gonna cheer.